Alright, so I got this brand new Arkham Horror 3rd edition. I got it at Spiel in Germany. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I'm going to split this video into 3 parts. This is going to be the summary or the overview of how all the components look, what's in the box. And the other videos are going to be a setup guide and also how to play. So let's unbox this thing. I've already unboxed it. I've already changed some components around, but I'll just show you. So this is the box, the new art. I think it looks really nice. Let's see. So we have the Learn to Play guide and the rules reference. They've really improved the Learn to Play guide. It looks much better than the older games. They've put the main rules on this column, and then on the sidebars you have like a little extra information. Yes, for example, so you can see how the cards work, how to prepare stuff, and then on the sidebar there's more information about what some things mean. So it's nice. I think it's much better than the other manuals thus far. So this is the Learn to Play guide, and then we also have a rules reference guide. In this rules reference guide is like a summary or a list of how certain things work. And just in case something is not clear, you can look it up here. There's an index in the back with certain keywords, and then you can find the line where it explains how it works. So it's nice. It's pretty clear. You have a nice reference on the back. In the box there are also reference cards how actions and encounters work. So it's much easier and quicker to learn. So in the box you get this nice bag with the tiles. This game doesn't use one big board anymore. They have these tiles with 2 sides on them. And depending on the ancient one, you have to set it up differently. So you connect those tiles by using these streets, so they kind of connect together. This connection feels a bit weird sometimes, so I hope it doesn't break that easily, but we'll find out. I've already played it like 4 or 5 times, and thus far it's fine, but some parts feel a bit, I don't know. Here you can already see it kind of splitting in the middle, so I don't know. I hope it, I don't know, maybe I can fix it, I don't know. So in the box you have those tiles, you have the streets, you have a bunch of characters. So I think there's 12 characters in there. So we have, let's see. We have Wendy Adams, Daniel Reyes, Tommy Muldoon, Norman, Dexter, Marie, Minty Van, Calvin Wright, Rex Murphy, Jenny, Michael, and Agnes Baker. So I think there are pretty many of the new characters from Eldritch and Mansions. And we also get 4 ancient ones or scenarios. For the first run, they advise to play Approach of Azathoth because there is less things happening on the board, and I also think the ancient one itself is easier. So on the front you get like a nice picture with a story and how to set up the game or the starting space and what happens during reckoning effects. And on the back you have a map overview, or how to set up the map, and how to set up monster deck, Mythoscope, and the other steps in the setup. Again, other videos, so check it out. Put these aside. So in the box you get all these tokens. You're not getting this nice tray. I built this myself because they were all in separate bags, and it's just taking too much time to put them in and out again, so I made this thing. You get these clues / doom tokens. You have health tokens 1 to 3 and sanity tokens 1 and 3. I think they They look nice. It feels nice. You can stamp it out of the board pretty clearly. It feels good. You have money tokens, 1 and 5s, and you have focus tokens, also skill improvements. And well, so again, this bag is not included, but you get a bunch of what they call metals tokens. These guys, because in this game you don't have a monster cup, but you have a metals cup. So get a nice bag. Down here I have all the cards separated already, and I also built these trays. Again, not included in the game. You have to put everything in these terrible bags. And for some reason, Fantasy Flight again used this terrible insert for the board. So it's just this in the box and a bunch of plastic bags with all the cards and stuff. It's horrible. Just throw this away. So we have different types of cards. Put this aside. So these are called event cards. You can recognize event cards by the search icon, and also down the bottom is the scenario. So you have to look at the ancient one you're going to fight, and then check if these cards match. So in this case, this scenario is called Feast for Umdrot, or Echoes of the Deep. So you have to check which ancient one you're fighting, and then pick these cards and put them in a stack. So these are also kind of encounter cards. You can see by the colors. So again, just like in Eldritch Horror or Arkham Horror, you have to take encounter cards at the end of the turn, and then find the area where your character is standing on. I'll explain that later in the how to play guide. But keep in mind, these cards with those search icons on top are different than these cards. As you can see, they don't have a search icon over there. So these are regular encounter cards, and as you can see, they have a streets card. So that's when your character is placed in one of those little street tiles. Then you read this depending on what type of street it is. Don't mix those together. Then we have news items. So these are terrible. They are negative, like I think 9 out of 10 times. You get damage, you get sanity damage. It's just terrible. These are also rumors. So some, yeah, here you go. This is a rumor. So they will stay on the board unless you do something to get rid of it. I like them. It's nice art. It makes the game really hard. So if that's your thing, sure, you'll enjoy this. These are called the codex. So as you can see, they are numbered from 1 to 40. And they get added depending on which scenario you're playing, and also while doing certain codex items or finishing certain tasks. So for example, you finish the top part of this card, you get to add another card to the game. So it kind of, the story adjusts depending on how well you're doing. So that's really cool. You're not really clear from the start what the end goal is, but while playing you find out more and then get to what has to be done to stop the evil. These are anomaly cards, or I don't know, portals, I guess. So depending on which scenario you're playing, you get different cards. So for example, here you have Fractured Reality. I think those are used for, no, I don't know. I haven't played that one yet. Nightmare Breach. Yeah, Temporal Fissure is used when playing Azathoth. So you just get these all from this deck and put them down, and this is then the single anomaly card deck. So they all have different artwork on the back, so you also can recognize if they're supposed to use together. So that's all the cards. And then in the box we got a lot more baggies and tokens. So in the box, again, you get like 12 characters, and you get those 12 standees. They are, I think, the same size as Eldritch. I think they look a lot the same. You get a few dice. Sadly, no nice dice. It's all just the regular black and white. Just, I don't know. It would be nice if they added better dice in this, and also more. I mean, 6 is not enough a lot of times. You get these plastic stands where you can put your character in. I think they've improved these plastic things, the bases, because normally when I put my characters in, they kind of damage the card, this cardboard here, and it looks like they kind of adjusted it to slide over it easily, but also hold on better. So I don't know, it's nice. Yeah, dice. Just, I don't know. Please just fix this fancy flight. Luckily, I got my own dice. I got these Arkham Horror dice. So this is for second edition or first edition, I don't know. But if you can find them, just get these because they look a lot better. It's much better. So what else we have? Monsters in the box. So instead of monsters being in a cup, you have cards, and those cards are you get like a monster deck while playing, and the monster deck is adjusted depending on what type of ancient one you're playing. So on the ancient one card there is a list of the monsters you have to add to your monster deck. So in this case, on the top you can see the monsters that should be added to that monster deck. So in that case, it's the monsters adjust depending on the ancient one. So that's kind of nice. I mean, eventually you might get sick of the same monsters every time you're playing an ancient one multiple times, but I think monsters can also be added depending on certain encounters you're getting. So I don't know, maybe it's fine. So this reminds me a lot of the Arkham Horror card game. You have like a card with the front, and then on the back is how to fight him and how to evade him. Again, I'll explain this in the how to play guide. But I don't know. It looks nice. They're beautiful cards, nice colors. They feel like strong and firm. So good job. All right, we got these anomaly tokens. I'll explain it while playing, but those fit in here perfectly. So when a neighborhood gets an anomaly, you just put it down in the middle, and then the whole neighborhood has an anomaly over there. Depending on the scenario you're playing, anomalies do certain things. So not every ancient one will give you anomalies in the game. So it's interesting. It mixes it up a bit. Here we have a bunch of item cards. So these are special items, and they range from just regular items to allies, talents, and yeah. It's just heroes, normal talents, allies. I don't know, it looks nice. It's like a mixture of new art and also Eldritch Horror art. So it's, I don't know, it's a bit of a mixed bag. These are spell cards. They're not a lot here, so I mean, not yet. They're probably going to be like 20 expansions, so we'll get more spells. But these are the spell cards. Spells give you sanity damage while playing them. I'll explain that later in the other video. And we get ally cards. They range from, I don't know, adventurers and professors, teachers, detectives, and whatnot. And we have regular items you can buy like in a store. So they range from common weapons to curios and I don't know what else. Weapons, curios, tomes, yeah. A bulletproof vest. Oh, nice. What's also in the box is these tokens. They're called remnant tokens, and with these remnants, it's like you chopped off a piece of an eldritch monster, and yeah, you can collect them. So instead of monsters being collectible after you defeat them, like in Arkham Horror 2nd edition, you get these tokens, and you can use these tokens while playing. We have another bag of tokens. These are like status tokens for the players. So while you're playing, everyone gets one of these tokens in front of their player board, and then when it's on this side, that player hasn't had his turn yet, and then after he played, he turned it around, and then you know that he has done his turn, because in this game there's no like turn order. You can just do it all randomly. And you also have like this token, and that's the main or the primary investigator token. It's the same as this one, just now I'm still need a turn, and then I turn it around, and then my turn is over. Again, it's a lot like the Arkham Horror card game. But there you have like cards you turn around when you're done with your turn. And these are tokens used for rumors, for example. So they have also markers on them. So in some cases something special happens on the board, and then you have to put down a marker with a certain color. A lot of times you don't know what is on there, so they give you put down like a question mark, and then you have to go there and then find out that it's the white marker, and then on the codex card you'll find out what that means. So those are the markers, and we have a few conditions. It's not a lot. You have just cursed. On the back of every cursed card is a blessed condition. And you have a few dark pacts, and that's all. On the dark pacts on the back is what happens after you fill the reckoning event. So they are all different, so that's kind of cool. You don't know what you're getting. And we have the player cards. So when you pick your character, you get a few starter items, and they are in a separate deck, so you don't have to search through the regular item deck to find the card that matches your character. So that's much better than Eldritch, for example. And so you get a few items. On your character card, there is a list of items you are allowed to start with. So you have like 3 cards here, for example, but on your character card it can say that you're only allowed to have one. You're only allowed to have 1 card of those 3, so you have to pick. And you're also starting with these player cards, so it's like a little guide you can give to your players and let them know what the phases are you're going through and what you can do in one action. So it's the same as Eldritch. You have 2 actions you can do, and you can only do an action once. And the last thing in the box is this little card holder. So this is for your event deck. What I just showed you. Where's the event deck? I don't know. Oh, here you go. This is the event deck. So you pick the event deck for your ancient one or your scenario you're playing, and then you have to shuffle it and put it in here. So I'll just put it together quickly. Oh, there we go. If you're struggling putting this together, there's a guide in the manual how to put this thing together, so enjoy reading that. There you go. That's it. And it's really nice because you have like a little guide of what you're supposed to do with those cards. So what's going to happen a lot of times in this game is you have to pull cards from the front or the back of the deck. So with this symbol you pull from the back of the deck, and then one of these symbols, like a clue, or this is called a gate burst, you pull the front card. So it's nice. You can just put it down on the table like this. So that's nice. So that's my quick overview. If you're interested, I'll just create a setup guide and also how to play. So thank you for watching.